All right, so massive breaking news in the welterweight title picture. Of course, UFC London was going to be headlined by Jack Della Maddalena taking on the former champion, Leon Edwards. And Belal Muhammad, who took the title of Leon Edwards, currently didn't have a fight. We all would have thought it would have been Shavkat Rakhmonov, the name that would be next to face Belal. But oh no. Forget about Shavkat, he steps aside. And by the way, Leon Edwards ain't fighting Jack Della Maddalena anymore either. That's because Jack Della Maddalena will take on Belal, remember the name, Muhammad, for the welterweight strap.
Belal Muhammad, his first title defense against, what was I just talking about? Number 4 ranked Jack Della Maddalena. We tried multiple times to put together the Belal Shavkat Rakhmonov fight, but Rakhmonov is injured.
And stepping in to replace Jack for Leon in London is the one and only, the 17-1 Sean Brady.
The original fight was supposed to be Leon Edwards versus Jack Della Maddalena. Now it's going to be number 1 ranked Leon Edwards versus number 5 ranked Sean Brady.
Now, let's talk about this. Where do we start? First of all, let's start with Leon Edwards and Jack Della Maddalena. That was a great fight. I couldn't wait to call that. I'll be there in London. Jack versus Leon, 2 phenomenal strikers. Jack Della Maddalena has some of the best pure boxing that we've seen in the UFC. His combinations are tremendous. Obviously, he beat Gilbert Burns last time out, and he showed that he can stop a takedown, get back to his feet, and do damage as he's getting up as well. Remember that crushing knee that he landed to Gilbert Burns right before the bell went. So, Jack Della Maddalena versus Leon, that's off. And Sean Brady steps in. This is kind of a nightmare situation for Leon Edwards. I'm not saying Leon can't beat him, but stylistically and on short notice, this is a very, very different fight and potentially a harder fight than Jack Della Maddalena. Styles make fights. Leon is a sniper on the feet. Of course, he's got great takedown defense. He was able to take down Kamaru Usman, fully mount him and all the rest of it, right? We know he's well-rounded. But when you're training for Jack Della Maddalena and you're focusing on boxing and pretty much a stand-up affair and you're not really working on the takedown defense and defending chokes and all the variety of madness in the jiu-jitsu world that Sean Brady does offer, it's a big mix-up. Now, granted, all the work that he's done in the past to beat Kamaru Usman, to fight and go up against Belal Muhammad, that's all in the tank, okay? It's like if you go out there and you win a fight really, really quickly and people think, why did I bother? Why did I bother training? No, the reason you did that is because you still leveled up in training camp. Your skill set overall got better. So Leon's been preparing for these kind of fights his entire career, right? Everyone that Leon Edwards fights, whether it's Colby Covington, Kamaru Usman, Belal Muhammad, they're all trying to take him down. So in a way, nothing changes for him. Yes, it's not Jack Della Maddalena trying to box him, trying to piece him up on the feet. It's Sean Brady, who's very, very good, that dominated Gilbert Burns last time out, that's going to be looking to take him down. So it's the exact same fight, essentially, almost on paper, stylistically, that Leon had in Manchester last year when he lost the belt. That's why I say it's a bit of a nightmare. But fair play to Leon Edwards for having the balls and the courage to take this fight, for not letting down his own people, for standing up and fighting in London, still main eventing and taking on a really tough, dangerous matchup. So there's that one. Best of luck to both men. I'll be there. I'm calling the fight. May the best man win. All right, so now let's move on to Jack Della Maddalena taking on Belal, remember the name, Muhammad, for the welterweight strap. This one came out of the blue. I didn't see this one happening. As I said, it is breaking news, and it's a great matchup. Now, everything I said about Leon for switching up the styles, fair play to Jack Della Maddalena because he's done the same thing. He was preparing for Leon Edwards, a kickboxer, a guy that's a sniper that's going to stand on the outside. Now he's going up against Belal, who will be all up in his face, a cardio machine going forward, simple as that, shooting double leg takedowns, throwing hands like Canelo. He doesn't throw hands like Canelo, but the man is on a roll, okay? Belal's doing tremendous things, and he's talking a lot of shit to a lot of people. He was going back and forth with Dricus du Plessis because he said that all the middleweights suck. And Dricus said, look, listen, this wouldn't be a fight, okay? All I've got to do is step on his head, and that's it. It's over, okay? The reason he said that is because he was talking about not fighting Islam Makhachev. Islam wanted to fight at 170, and he said, I'd rather step up to 185. But that doesn't matter. That's off the table because he's fighting Jack Della Maddalena. Now, Jack, as I said before, great boxer, only 28 years old. a record of 17-2, but they were his first 2 ever fights. He's currently undefeated in the UFC. Came on the Contender Series against Ange Losa, and then now he is on, 6 or 7? Set 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A 7-fight win streak, and the competition has been getting harder and harder. Last time beat Gilbert Burns. Before that, Kevin Holland went to a decision with Basil Hafez, Randy Brown, Danny Roberts. As I say, a nice little rise, a gradual increase in terms of opposition. And now fights Belal Muhammad for the welterweight strap. This is big, big news. Belal Muhammad is going to be very excited for this one. He's going to look at what Gilbert Burns was able to do and feel that he can replicate it because he's younger, he hasn't got as many miles on the clock and all that type of stuff. Of course, Belal is a cardio machine, but if he keeps it on the feet, it's going to be a problem. Jack's got real power. He's got beautiful understanding of range and timing and rhythm. He can see shots. He rips to the body beautifully, and he's a taller guy. So there's a lot of advantages on the feet. But Belal's a whirlwind. Belal is an absolute tornado. But still, there's the breaking news. Leon versus Sean Brady and Jack versus Belal. So what does that mean for Islam Makhachev? Because he wanted to go up. So who's he going to be fighting, eh? I wonder. I think I know. But I'm not going to say because I could be wrong and it might be delicate information. However, who do you think wins that fight? Belal Muhammad versus Jack Della Maddalena and Leon Edwards versus Sean Brady. As I said, stylistically, that's a tricky matchup for Leon. Not that he can't beat him, but it's just a big switch up, as I said, and on relatively short notice. Not because he can't beat him. No, that's not what I'm saying. Just because it's a pain in the ass. For Leon Edwards, fighting to stop takedowns and to get back to your feet, it's such a pain in the ass. I can tell you that firsthand. You know, you relish it as a striker when you get to go up against another striker. You don't have to bring in wrestlers. You're not just doing sprawls and getting back to your feet and fighting under hooks all day long. No, you're doing what you love to do. You get to compete in a striking fight, and that is why Leon Edwards made his way over to the UFC, and that's his best weapon. But now it's back to the same old shit, stuffing takedowns, pummeling underhooks, getting back to your feet. It sucks. But if Leon can do it, if he can beat Sean Brady, then you got to think a title fight is next. And the same is said for Sean Brady. If he gets through Leon Edwards, you got to think that there will be a rematch between Belal and Sean Brady. So anyway, there it is. There's some breaking news for you. What do you think about all this movement in the welterweight title picture? Let me know in the comment section. Subscribe, ring the bell. See you soon.